Hi, it's Dan from Real Good Yoga. Here in this first video, I'm going to give you a few key teachings so you can practice with us. We're going to go over the Bandhas, which are muscular locks. We'll talk about Ujjayi breathing, which is a special type of pranayama, and we'll also talk about Dristhi, or the inner gaze. We'll start with Bandhas. Oftentimes in class you'll be asked to engage or contract the bandhas. There's two primary ones you'll be asked to contract. They're called Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. To learn to do Mula Bandha, all you do is you simply contract and lift the pelvic floor. That's Mula Bandha. It's, you can imagine if you have to pee really bad, your bladder's full and you're contracting all the muscles to hold back that urge to urinate. That's a good way to start with Mula Bandha. More specifically, many women are familiar with this. It would be a Kegel contraction, a Kegel exercise. Basically, we are contracting the perineum, or you can think of the base of the pelvic floor as squeezed and lifted. Okay? That's Mula Bandha. Next is what's called Uddiyana Bandha. Uddiyana means flying up. You basically just take the navel, pull it in towards your spine with the upper and lower abdominals engaged, and try to lift it up a little bit. That's Uddiyana Bandha. Oftentimes you'll be asked to do Uddiyana Bandha and you'll think, well, how do I breathe if I can't move my stomach in and out? Just simply breathe with the upper lungs, in and out, maybe lifting the shoulders a little bit. You don't have to fight it, you can do it quite easily. So that's Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. When you're asked to use Ujjayi breath, Ujjayi breath is simply what's called psychic breath or ocean sound breath. It's basically mouth is closed, breathing in and out through the nose, making a hissing sound in the throat. One of the easiest ways to learn how to do this, if you're unfamiliar, is to imagine at first fogging a mirror with your breath. You'll do this with the mouth open, but you make a sound like like this. Only you do it with your mouth closed by constricting the muscles that close the vocal cords together. Another way to think about it is if you feel those vocal cords working or the muscles around it, you can notice the difference between talking normally. I'll often have people just say a first few ABCs like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then try whispering it, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you'll notice this contraction. So in and out through the nose, it sounds something like this. With practice, you'll be able to do it quite comfortably without having to over-contract those muscles. You don't want to feel too much tension in the throat. But breathing with the Ujjayi breath sound activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the relaxation response in the body. It has a psychological effect to calm the mind, so it really brings a lot of synergy into your yoga asana practice. Finally, to explain Dristhi, Dristhi means inner gaze, and it's basically where you're putting your concentration or placing the epicenter of your mind within your body. Sometimes we'll have you place it in certain areas along the spine or in the heart or in the throat center, and by placing your inner gaze there, we're activating one of the basic principles of tantric yoga, which basically is that consciousness follows energy and energy follows consciousness. So when you place your Dristhi in one of these places, it acts like a magnet, drawing your energy there. So these are fairly easy concepts as long as you know the language now. Just know at first it might not seem perfect in your practice, but stay persistent, and I know you'll have a much better, greater effect from your asana practice. We'll see you in the next video.